The world as you know it is unraveling faster than anyone could have imagined. Just hours into the crisis, chaos is already taking hold. Supermarket shelves are being stripped bare, panic is spreading like wildfire, and the clock is ticking. You think grabbing a few cans of soup and some bottled water will save you? I think again, that false sense of security could be the very thing that destroys you. What you're not being told about grocery survival could be the difference between keeping your family safe and watching everything fall apart. Yesterday, life felt normal, but today is a whole new reality. The shelves are emptying faster than you can blink, and the real danger isn't just what's missing, it's what you're overlooking. Because survival isn't just about what you stock up on. It's about what you don't stock, what you forgot, and the critical items you never even thought to grab. One small mistake now could cost you everything. This isn't a game. This is your no-nonsense guide to the 7 grocery survival items that will separate those who thrive from those who crumble. Stick around because time is running out, and you can't afford to get this wrong. 7 liquid sanity, coffee and tea for survival. When the world plunges into darkness and the hum of electricity fades into an eerie silence, it's not the big things that will break you, it's the absence of the small comforts. A warm cup of coffee or a soothing mug of tea might seem trivial now, but in a survival scenario, they're nothing short of liquid sanity. Most people dismiss coffee and tea as luxuries, but in a crisis, they're lifelines that can keep your mind sharp and your spirit intact. Let's start with the basics. Coffee and tea are lightweight, shelf-stable, and incredibly easy to store. They don't require refrigeration, and with just a way to boil water, you can enjoy them anywhere, anytime. That's right, these aren't just beverages, they're portable sanity in a cup. When the grid goes down and chaos reigns, that simple ritual of brewing a cup can anchor you to a sense of normalcy in a world that's anything but. Now, let's get tactical. Instant coffee and tea bags are your best allies. Why? Because they're compact, require minimal equipment, and don't need fancy brewers or filters. You can stash them in your bug-out bag, glove compartment, or even your coat pocket. And let's not forget caffeine, the unsung hero of survival. It's a natural stimulant that keeps you alert, focused, and motivated during long, grueling days. Tea, on the other hand, offers versatility with herbal varieties like chamomile for sleep, peppermint for stomach issues, and green tea for a gentle energy boost. But here's the kicker. Coffee and tea aren't just about comfort, they're about survival strategy. In a barter economy, when cash is worthless and goods are king, these small luxuries become powerful currency. People will trade almost anything for a taste of normalcy, and having a stash of coffee or tea could mean the difference between negotiating safe passage, of securing critical supplies, or being left to fend for yourself. Still think they're just indulgences? Think again. Survival isn't just about staying alive, it's about staying human. And when everything else is chaos, that morning cup of coffee or tea can feel like a lifeline to a world that's not entirely gone. So while others are hoarding water and batteries, you'll be the one with a secret weapon that keeps your mind sharp, your spirits high, and your trade game strong. 6. The flavor arsenal, salt and seasonings. When the lights go out and the world descends into survival mode, you'll quickly realize that bland food isn't just boring, it's demoralizing. And in a crisis, morale can be the thin line between staying strong and giving up. That's where salt and seasonings come in. These aren't just flavor enhancers, they're survival essentials that can transform even the most basic meals into something that feels comforting and familiar. Let's start with salt, the unsung hero of the survival world. Forget about fancy protein powders and superfoods for a moment. Without salt, even the most gourmet meal tastes like cardboard. But it's not just about flavor. Salt is essential for your health. It regulates fluids, supports nerve function, and helps your muscles perform. In a high-stress, high-sweat environment, your body loses salt faster than you'd think. Without it, you're not just eating bland food, you're risking dehydration and muscle cramps that could slow you down when you need to be at your best. But salt alone won't cut it. That's where seasonings come in. Think garlic powder, onion powder, dried herbs, black pepper, cayenne, and even curry powder. These aren't luxuries, they're tools for survival. They can turn a bland bowl of rice and beans into a meal that feels almost normal. And in a world where your mental state is constantly under assault, that sense of normalcy can be the difference between holding it together and falling apart. Let's talk practicality. Salt and seasonings are lightweight, cheap, and incredibly shelf-stable. They can last for years without refrigeration, making them perfect for both home preps and bug-out bags. And in a barter economy, salt was literally used as currency in ancient times. Imagine trading a teaspoon of salt for a can of soup when everyone else is eating bland beans. That's leverage. But there's more. Seasonings can help combat food fatigue, a real threat in a survival scenario. Eating the same thing day after day can crush your appetite, and if you're not eating, you're not getting the calories you need to stay strong. A dash of spice or a sprinkle of herbs can make even the most repetitive meals feel fresh again, keeping your appetite strong and your energy steady. So, while others are hoarding canned goods and bottled water, you'll be the one with a flavor arsenal that keeps your meals edible, your morale high, and your survival game strong. 5. The Calorie King, staple grains. When the grid goes down and the world plunges into chaos, calories become currency. Your body needs fuel to keep going, and carbohydrates are the most efficient way to get it. That's why staple grains like quinoa, barley, and millet are the backbone of any survival diet. These aren't just foods, they're lifelines that can keep you and your family fed when everything else runs out. Let's break it down. Quinoa is a powerhouse. It's one of the few plant-based sources of complete protein, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids your body needs. That's a game changer when protein is scarce and meat is a luxury. Plus, it cooks quickly, just 15 minutes in boiling water, and you're good to go. No fancy equipment, no fuss. Even better, quinoa is nutrient-dense, containing vital minerals like magnesium, iron, and potassium, which can help stave off deficiencies during extended emergencies. It's lightweight and compact, making it easy to store and perfect for quick, nutrient-rich meals. Barley, on the other hand, is a survival classic. It's hearty, filling, and versatile enough to use in soups, stews, or as a standalone side dish. Its soluble fiber helps regulate blood sugar, keeps digestion steady, and helps you feel fuller for longer, critical when food is being rationed or when you need to stretch supplies to last as long as possible. And unlike rice, barley doesn't get mushy or bland when cooked. It holds its texture, making every bite feel substantial and satisfying. Plus, barley is packed with selenium and B vitamins, which can help boost your immune system when illness is a real risk. Then there's millet, the unsung hero of the survival pantry. Naturally gluten-free and highly adaptable, millet can be boiled for a porridge like breakfast or tossed into soups to add body and calories. It's also one of the most drought-resistant grains on the planet, making it a symbol of resilience in a world that's falling apart. Millet is quick to prepare, highly nutritious, and contains a good mix of carbs and protein, along with essential minerals like phosphorus and manganese. It's a grain that's been feeding people in tough conditions for centuries, and it's not going out of style anytime soon. Grains are a prepper's dream. They're easy to store, last for years if kept dry and cool, and are compact enough to stack in bins or buckets. One 5-gallon bucket of grains can feed a family for weeks. That's not just survival, that's security. Imagine the peace of mind that comes with knowing your pantry holds the calories you need to keep your family healthy, strong, and functioning even in the worst of times. 4 protein powerhouses, shelf-stable proteins. When the lights go out and the fridge stops humming, protein becomes your body's secret weapon. It's not just about building muscle, it's about maintaining energy, supporting immune function, and keeping your body's core systems firing on all cylinders. In a blackout, every bite of protein you have on hand becomes a survival asset, giving you the strength to power through challenges and stay healthy. Canned chicken is a no-brainer. It's fully cooked, ready to eat, and packed with high-quality protein. Unlike raw meat, it's safe to store at room temperature and versatile enough to use in soups, stews, casseroles, or even eaten cold straight from the can. Pair it with grains or seasonings, and you've got a meal that feels almost normal in the middle of chaos. Plus, canned chicken provides essential nutrients like B vitamins, which support energy production, and zinc to aid your immune system. Shelf-stable tofu is another game changer. It's plant-based, versatile, and can last months without refrigeration. It's a great option for vegetarians or anyone looking to diversify their protein sources. Toss it in a soup, saute it with canned veggies, or mash it up as a protein-packed spread to go on crackers or bread. It also soaks up flavors well, meaning you can get creative with spices and seasonings to prevent food fatigue. And let's not forget protein powder, the ultimate survival supplement. Lightweight, portable, and with an incredibly long shelf life, it's an essential in any prepper's pantry. Mix it with water, milk alternatives, or even sprinkle it into oatmeal for an instant protein boost. Many powders also come fortified with vitamins and minerals, giving you an easy way to supplement your diet when fresh foods are hard to come by. Dehydrated bean flakes are another must-have. They cook quickly and are packed with protein, fiber, and essential nutrients like folate and iron. Unlike whole dried beans, which can take hours to cook and require substantial water and energy, bean flakes are ready in minutes. They're easy to mix into soups, stews, or even tortillas if you've got some flour in a hot pan. Plus, their high fiber content keeps you feeling full and helps regulate your digestion key when you're relying on limited food supplies. Shelf-stable proteins give you flexibility, safety, and security in a crisis. They ensure you're getting the nutrients needed to stay energized and healthy even when fresh food is unavailable. These proteins are the difference between an emergency turning into a tragedy or becoming just another challenge to overcome. Stocking a variety of these protein options will keep your meals balanced and ensure your body has what it needs to thrive, even in the toughest conditions. 3 liquid gold multi-purpose cooking oils. When the lights go out and the world plunges into chaos, it's not just the big-ticket survival items that matter, it's the small, often overlooked essentials that can make or break your survival plan. Cooking oils might not seem like a priority when you're staring down empty shelves, but let me tell you, they're more than just a kitchen staple. They're liquid gold in a survival scenario, and without them, you're looking at meals that are dry, bland, and downright demoralizing. Let's start with the basics. Cooking oils like refined coconut oil and avocado oil are not just about adding flavor, they're about survival. Coconut oil, for instance, is a powerhouse. It's shelf-stable, meaning it can last for years without going rancid, and it's packed with calories minus 120 per tablespoon, to be exact. In a crisis where every calorie counts, a small spoonful of coconut oil can turn a meager meal into an energy-packed lifeline. Plus, it has a high smoke point, making it perfect for frying, sautéing, or even baking when you're working with limited resources. But here's where it gets interesting. Coconut oil isn't just for cooking. In a pinch, it can double as an emergency candle. All you need is a makeshift wick, and you've got light to guide you through the darkness. It can also act as a fire starter, a lubricant for squeaky hinges, or even a protective barrier for small wounds to keep dirt and bacteria at bay. This isn't just oil, it's a multi-tool in a bottle. Now, let's talk about avocado oil. Like coconut oil, it's high in monounsaturated fats, which are calorie-dense and heart-healthy. Its neutral flavor makes it incredibly versatile, whether you're frying up protein, drizzling it over grains, or using it as a base for makeshift dressings. And with one of the highest smoke points of any cooking oil, you won't have to worry about filling your shelter with smoke every time you light the stove. But why focus on multi-purpose oils? Because in a survival scenario, versatility is king. You can't afford to stock separate oils for baking, frying, and salads. You need one or two oils that can do it all. Both coconut and avocado oil fit the bill perfectly, offering a combination of functionality, shelf stability, and nutritional value that's hard to beat. And let's not forget the most critical aspect, calories. When you're hauling water, chopping wood, or just trying to stay warm, your body needs fuel. Fat is the most calorie-dense macronutrient, packing more than double the calories of carbs or protein per gram. That means a small bottle of oil can provide more energy than an entire box of crackers, making it an essential addition to your survival stash. So while others are scrambling for canned goods and instant noodles, you'll be the one with a secret weapon that keeps your meals flavorful, your body fueled, and your survival plan on track. Cooking oils aren't just a luxury, they're a lifeline. 2. Liquid life, long shelf life water. When disaster strikes and the grid goes down, there's one resource that becomes more valuable than gold: water. Forget about fancy gadgets and high-tech survival gear. Without water, you won't last more than a few days. And while most people think they're prepared with a few plastic jugs from the store, the harsh reality is that those won't cut it in a prolonged crisis. That's where long shelf life water comes in, a true lifeline when everything else fails. Let's get real. In a blackout, municipal water systems can fail, pumps can shut down, and even well water might stop flowing if the grid goes offline. You can only haul so many buckets from a nearby stream before exhaustion sets in. That's why having a stash of long shelf life water is non-negotiable. Brands like Aquablocks and Blue are engineered for exactly this scenario. Unlike standard plastic water bottles that degrade over time, these are designed to last 5 to 50 years, depending on the packaging. No plastic taste, no harmful chemicals, just clean, drinkable water when you need it most. Think about it. The blackout hits, panic sets in, and everyone is scrambling for supplies. You open your closet and find a sealed box of water that's been waiting for this exact moment. That's not just preparation, it's peace of mind in a bottle. But let's talk numbers. The average person needs at least 1 gallon of water per day for basic hydration. More if it's hot, if you're physically active, or if you're cooking and cleaning. For a family of 4, that's 28 gallons for just 1 week. Storing that much water in standard jugs is impractical, but with long shelf life water, you can stack compact, leak-proof containers that won't crumble under pressure. And here's the kicker: security. In a crisis, water becomes a target. Desperate neighbors might come knocking, and a visible stash of water could make you a target. But with long shelf life water packed in durable, nondescript boxes, you can keep your supply hidden and safe. So while others are boiling questionable water from streams or relying on flimsy plastic bottles, you'll be the one with a reliable long-term solution. Long shelf life water isn't just a convenience, it's survival insurance. 1. Survival milk, powdered milk, and alternatives. When the fridge goes dark and the milk spoils, most people panic. But not you. Because you've got the ultimate survival secret: powdered milk and its clever cousins like shelf-stable oat milk and coconut milk powder. These aren't just pantry staples, they're nutritional powerhouses that can turn a dire situation into a manageable one. Let's start with the basics. Powdered milk is packed with protein, calcium, and essential vitamins that keep your body strong and your mind sharp. It's not just for coffee, it's for survival. A spoonful of powdered milk can transform a sad bowl of cereal into a morale-boosting breakfast, or turn a handful of grains into a creamy, satisfying porridge. And when you're staring down a blackout with no grocery store in sight, that kind of versatility is priceless. But here's the real magic: shelf life. Properly stored, powdered milk can last anywhere from 2 to 20 years. That's not just a pantry staple, that's a food insurance policy. And it's lightweight and compact, meaning you can store more of it and carry it with you if you need to bug out. For those who are lactose intolerant or prefer plant-based options, shelf-stable oat milk and coconut milk powder are game changers. They offer essential calories and nutrients with long shelf lives that rival traditional powdered milk. Plus, they're perfect for families with dietary restrictions or those who want to mix things up. And let's not forget the psychological boost. In a crisis, small comforts can make a big difference. A warm cup of milk or a creamy bowl of porridge can feel like a lifeline to normalcy when everything else is falling apart. So while others are raiding the dairy aisle and wondering why their milk is spoiling, you'll be sitting pretty with a stash of powdered milk that's ready to tackle anything from breakfast to baking to bedtime cocoa. Powdered milk isn't just a convenience, it's a survival essential. Conclusion, the clock is ticking. Survival isn't just about stockpiling supplies, it's about making smart, strategic choices that keep you and your loved ones safe when the world turns upside down. The 7 items we've covered today aren't just things to grab off a shelf, they're lifelines, each one designed to help you endure the chaos, stay strong, and even thrive when everything else is falling apart. But here's the harsh truth. Time is running out. Every second you wait, the shelves get emptier, the options fewer, and the risks greater. The unprepared will scramble, panic, and make mistakes. But not you. You've got the knowledge, the plan, and now the list. These 7 items are your edge, your advantage, and your insurance against the unknown. So don't wait for the storm to hit. Start now. Stock up, prepare, and secure your future before it's too late. Because when the lights go out and the world goes dark, it's not just about surviving, it's about staying human, staying strong, and staying ahead. The choice is yours. Will you be ready when the time comes? Or will you be left scrambling with the rest? The clock is ticking. Make your move.